himself, and he thinks that because he's now a so-called president.
Is he so-called or he's the president?
So-called.
That's the president of the Federal Republic.
I believe he didn't win the election.
What makes you think so? Because you supported Peter Obi?
Yes.
So that's why you think.
The results available to us at that time believe he didn't win the election.
But the court says otherwise.
The court, of course, you know who they are.
The court stands for justice.
Yeah, the court stands for justice in court.
So you don't believe in the courts?
I believe in the courts. What can you do? They are there. They are supposed to do their duties. They are doing their duties. It's not about believing.
So if you don't believe Bola Tinubu won the election, the court in the first, the result at the poll says he won. The court in the first instance says he won. Yes. The court in the second instance says he won.
Yes, but the facts on the ground said he didn't win.
Who now won? Atiku?
Peter Obi won that election.
Hello everyone and welcome back. My people, it is confession time and more are coming. Before, it was El-Rufai that came out and showed us how Peter Obi won the presidential election in 2023. And also, Retomi Amechi said the same thing. And now, the former SGF has also come out to tell us that Peter Obi won the presidential election in 2023. And that Tinubu is full of himself. That the problem with Yorubas is that when you support them and they win, they will turn around to behave as if they have subdued you. Like the problem I have with these people, especially the Northerners, is that just because of this Tinubu government is not favoring them, this is why they are running helter-skelter. According to the former SGF, he said that he warned the Northerners that if they support Tinubu, that at the end of the day, Tinubu will pretend as if they did not support him. So now they are trying to tell us that the reason why they want to take power from Tinubu is just because this Tinubu government is not favoring the Northerners, not for Nigerians. So, like sometimes, I don't get it. These Northerners, the way they think and the way they behave as if Nigeria belongs to them is baffling, honestly. So, assuming that Tinubu is favoring these people now, they will not even talk about, sitting Tinubu come 2027. This is the reason why people are saying that this opposition coalition, the ADC party, is just for Atiku, which I believe that this is really selfishness. Yes, because power just returned to the south just 2 years, and these people are trying to take the power back to the north. Because Shehu asked him that since he supported Peter Obi in 2023, is he going to support Peter Obi again in 2027? Knowing fully well that yes, it is turn of the south. And he said for now he do not know, that the power should go to the person that will give every Nigeria a sense of belonging and a sense of justice, which I believe that is only Peter Obi can do this. If these people are sincere and they have Nigerians' interests at heart, they know very well that it is only Peter Obi that can unseat Tinubu, knowing fully well that Peter Obi won the presidential election in 2023. Like INEC, INEC and our judiciary supposed to be ashamed of themselves, honestly. Like, how can they allow themselves to be used by the so-called politicians in Nigeria? This is really heartbreaking. Now, people are saying, what is going to happen? Now that people are coming out to confess that Peter Obi won the presidential election, are we going to fold our hands and let it go? My people, let me allow you guys to watch the full video and hear everything the former SGF said concerning 2027 election, Tinubu government, as well as this opposition coalition, ADC.
Now that you have moved into the ADC, what are your people saying in the north about Tinubu?
I as a person, I looked at the north, I looked at the problems, and I looked at the fact that the solution to the problems can only be possible if you have the instruments of power and coercion. If you don't control the military, there's no way you can coerce them into doing the right thing with the insurgency and bandits, whatever name we like to call them. So it is important that we get the instruments of power as Northerners in the hands of somebody who understands the issues facing us and who will face it headlong and bring a solution to it. That is my position. Now, to do that, we had a group of people who started meeting with like minds. How do we approach this? What is the issue? What are the issues? So we call this Nigerian People's Consultative Political Forum, North, in which almost every significant northern politician that is not in government attends our meetings. The idea is we get together, we bring unity to this north. There's disunity among us, and we analyze what is meant by this disunity among us, what are the causes, how do we ameliorate them, and then so we agreed that we must vote en bloc. If we don't vote en bloc, we will not be able to achieve our goals.
So that's the agreement now.
That's our understanding of the way to go. Now, whoever it is that will eventually emerge, we will only support somebody that understands the problems facing the North, and will present them to him.
Either the person is a northerner or a southerner. Or have you decided?
Even if he's from heaven.
Have you made any decision about who you are going to be?
No. Me as a person?
No, I'm saying your group.
No. Eventually, we just decided, of course, that we can only pursue this if we are in one solid political party. And we all agree this political party can only be ADC. Now, I'm part of those, I'm the leader, one of the leaders of the ADC. And from the beginning, the discussion is all the intending contestants must slow down their ambitions until we form a political platform that will facilitate victory for them. And they have, I mean, at the national level, and quite a lot of the most significant ones there. Samechi is Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar is there. I'm sure there are others there who have not yet thrown in the towel.
Babashir Lawal is not one of them.
No, nobody will vote for me.
Why?
I don't know. Even my guy who said it was because even my wife will not vote for me.
Why?
Because you go and abuse everybody, you will not bend, you will not negotiate. To me, black is black, white is white. There's no gray color to me. And so, I mean, I'm not going to...
You are not electable.
I'm not electable, I think, in the Nigerian political scene. And I've never offered myself for election. Even as a student union, I never.
Oh, you're doing the party leadership?
Yeah, I've been running the party.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that, even though I'm not electable, the thing about political party is that there's oppression of the underprivileged. I mean, people would say, go in, sell your house, we'll vote for you, they vote for you, you get landslide victory. Somebody in Abuja that has connection and money will buy it and throw it out. And you have nowhere to go, except if there is one man that always stands for the truth within the political system, then they come to you. At that time, they need you.
So it was a unanimous decision that ADC, by this northern elite, is a party that could win election.
That would win. That would win election.
Okay. What gives you that kind of assurance? Or what gave your group that assurance that it will win the election?
We know who we are that are driving it. We know what we read what we see on the streets. We know what people say on the streets. We are Nigerians now. We are not living in heaven.
So the ADC is a party of the northern elites, or the choice party of the northern elites?
Yes.
In your own mind, and I know that you're a Christian, and fairness is part of your moral judgment. Where do you think power should rotate to in 2027?
Power should go to the person that will give every Nigerian a sense of belonging, a sense of justice.
Even if the person is a Lebanese?
Even if he's a Lebanese. The issue is the issue about politics.
So you don't care whether it goes to the north or to the south?
The thing is personal in the end, to the individual, to me, to you. How are you living? Is there any environment in which your aspirations are achieved? And who can guarantee that environment? So that is what is most important to the individual Nigerian.
I mean, in your own mind, you think that it will, after Buhari, your friend, for 8 years, power shouldn't shift to the other side, and fairly speaking to another 8 years. Those are the arguments of some Nigerians who think fairness is only if power. And that's the reason why your very good friends, Peter Obi and Rotimi Amechi, said...
And Bola Tinubu must include him.
Is Bola Tinubu still your friend?
Yes, of course.
Your former friend or your present friend?
We are friends. We've not had a conference to dissolve it. We have to meet to dissolve it.
No, but you have been speaking against him so fiercely.
Yes, I should.
Is that how you speak against your friends?
Oh yes, you are free. You should be in a position to tell your friend the truth.
On television?
On television, if he doesn't listen individually.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
July 2002.
That's a long time. That's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, so that maybe he's now your acquaintance, not your real friend any longer.
Well, I don't know. At one time, as part of our problem when it started, he called one of our friends to bring a dictionary and read what the friend means. The problem with Bola Tinubu is that he thinks I'm the one that offended him. I didn't offend him. He offended me.
What did you do to him?
No, it's not for television, that one. But he offended me. And he's full of himself. And he thinks that because he's now so-called president.
Is he so-called or he's the president?
So-called.
That's the president of the Federal Republic.
I believe he didn't win the election.
What makes you think so? Because you supported Peter Obi?
Yes.
So that's why you think.
The results available to us at that time believe he didn't win the election.
But the court says otherwise.
The court, of course, you know who they are.
The court stands for justice.
Yeah, the court stands for justice in court.
So you don't believe in the courts?
I believe in the courts. What can you do? They are there. They are supposed to do their duties. They are doing their duties. It's not about believing.
So if you don't believe Bola Tinubu won the election, the court in the first, the result at the poll says he won. The court in the first instance says he won. Yes. The court in the second instance says he won.
Yes, but the facts on the ground said he didn't win.
Who now won? Atiku?
Peter Obi won that election.
That came third.
According to the result that was announced, not according to the true results.
So how do you determine who won an election?
We have the data now. Look, we had monitors on the field. We had agents on the field. We collected our data. We know our results. We know the results that were coming in from the field. We can see clearly the point at which they were altered. We can see clearly, you know.
Was he altered in Anambra? Was he altered in Abia? Was he altered in Enugu? Peter Obi won landslide. He won over 90% of the votes in that region.
Yes.
He beat Bola Tinubu in Lagos.
Yes.
He had huge votes in the North
Central. It doesn't mean there are no states where election was conducted. There are. You know, when you do rigging, you rig only where you are strong. And because...
Is Peter Obi strong in Lagos? That is Bola Tinubu state.
Yes.
As a politician, you know what it means when you lose your home top.
I know what it means. They didn't understand the demography of Lagos very well at that time.
So it was a shocker.
It was a shocker. They underplayed the demography of Lagos. And it shocked them. And the demography showed. Subsequent elections, they worked on that demographic issue. That's why there was voter suppression in the gubernatorial election. And in this last election, local government. The demography took them by surprise.
Would you still be supporting Peter Obi in 2027?
I think they say a day in politics is long. Things have changed. The parameters that we were used to evaluate our candidate in 2023 is going to be different from this one. Things have moved on, so we'll see when we get there, we'll see what goes.
This offense that Bola Tinubu offended you must be a very grave one.
Excessive.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he almost kill you?
No.
Did he kill your child?
No.
Did he steal from you? What exactly could he have done that is so grave?
See, yeah, my friend, when we get off the television, I will tell you, if you want to know.
I like to know.
Not on television.
But he thought you offended him.
Yeah, it's because it was arrogance. The guy has an arrogance that belies definition.
That's the president, the number one citizen of the nation.
Isn't that a human being? When you get to president, do you become suddenly Jesus Christ? Or do you suddenly become Muhammad? You are still who you are. Being a president doesn't change who you are.
But he's older than you.
Of course.
You know, where I come from, they say you use age to cheat a child. Maybe
you cheat him. You are using the correct, so you cheat a child. So
no. Proverbially, that's what it is. Our people in Yoruba will say, "What do you use age for?" If not to. But I mean, don't you when I grew up,
when I grew up, the way I was brought up, the way I grew up, not necessarily I was brought up. I don't respect you because you have money. It's not of no value to me. Because you have money, it's of no value to me. Because you have age. You cannot use it to suppress my truth. It's of no value to me. You cannot use it to suppress my truth. Because you have power, you cannot use it to suppress my truth. That's the way I grew up.
Did he suppress you?
No, because you brought the matter of age.
Did he humiliate you in any way?
No, it's worse than that. If we talk,
it must be very bad.
It is very, very bad.
Have you had the opportunity to speak with him about it?
I just told you who he is. When the people come to me, they come to me. Somebody said, "Oga, it's time to reconcile with their friend." They think they will make insinuations of political positions. And if you are there, people behind you will not suffer. I said, go and build your own personality, build your own person to get to the position I've gotten. You cannot ride on my back while I'm going to suffer. You cannot ask me to override my own principles just because you want to ride on my back.
Would you, for the sake of peace, I mean, you're a Christian, the Bible says that you should be at peace with all men.
Yes.
Maybe somehow you could approach him and say, let's resolve our differences.
And do what? Then we do what?
You be at peace.
I'm at peace.
You obey the Bible. You don't believe in the Bible any longer.
I'm at peace.
Yeah, you're an elderly man.
Yes.
There's some things that an elder will just overlook and let go.
I've overlooked it and my life is going on.
So what if you see the president today, what would you tell him?
I'll greet him. Greet him.
Would you talk about the problem?
I told you, even when I was removed as SGF, I never gave Buhari the opportunity to discuss that matter with me. We're always together. We always met.
That's your character.
That's my character.
Is it arrogance?
I don't know. That's my character. I don't carry excess loads. You see, my character is that if we fight, we finish that fight, I forget it. I junk it and move on. Until another fight comes, I face it.
So this your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I thank God that I didn't make a mistake of being in this government. I thank God that he gave me that opportunity at that time to distance myself from that government. I don't know, because if I were in this government, I probably would have been sacked a long time ago, or probably would have been killed, or I probably would have resigned.
Why?
Because the way they run the government doesn't gel with me.
What makes you think?
I cannot go to a meeting in which 99% of the participants are Yorubas. I lived in Lagos for a long time. The tendency that they finish the meeting in their language and then I'm just sitting down there. I cannot go.
Is that what operates?
Yeah. They are so predominant in the system. They are so predominant in the system.
So you're accusing this government and President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Let me tell you, when we were doing the campaign, after he went to that Lagos and said that thing that he said about Emeloko.
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, in Ogun State. There was a Bola Tinubu platform in which were participating. And they started insulting Northerners. Northerners are this, Northerners are this, Northerners are this, they are illiterate. So I wrote on that platform, a WhatsApp group, these are the people whose votes we will need. If you antagonize them, we are finished. Then I wrote that. The problem with Yorubas, and I still repeat it, is that when you support them and they win, they turn around to convert you as if they behave as if they have subdued you, as if they have conquered you. They will not count your support. When I used to say that all the time, even when we sit in his house and we say, no, BD is not like that. I used to say, look, gentlemen, if they are honest, bring them on this television, they will remember. I said, the things that we are just doing this because we want Bola Tinubu to be president, we that are not Yorubas will regret it. Because when you go there, they throw us out. They say, no, BD, why are you saying that? It's not true. It's happening now.
Is it happening now?
Exactly. Worse than that. I didn't expect it to be like this bad.
I'd like to ask you, you are so critical of Bola Tinubu and this government. Is it fair to criticize a government that's just about 2 years in office over performance and promises that are being made? What happens to giving a chance for performance?
There's a saying that if I translate it literally, how good the weekend will be The evidence will show on Friday. It's not the way I started criticizing the government when he appointed the central bank governor, and the man started removing restrictions of certain inputs, which I considered very important to the masses of the country. You know, and one time I say, the man, the CBN governor would patch CV, because I can't understand that the good CBN governor will remove those. Now you can import rice, now you can import food items, now you can import everything. That the whole idea is, I think the Buhari time, is food sufficiency, what they call food security. By the time Buhari was a government, Nigeria had become a net exporter of rice. We're producing the grains that we consume with some excess to West African countries. That policy I saw was going to crash the farming industry. And it did.
Are you not worried that is one of the ways to fight inflation? When food inflation was a major contributor to the rise in headline inflation.
You get food inflation when you import the food, when you have to pay transportation costs, custom duty, and all other expenses associated with importing. You produce locally, you remove those cost elements. So I don't see you are inverting it to my. I'm not an economist, but you are inverting it to my mind.
So you don't agree with the economic policies of this government?
No, it's terrible. In fact, that is the issue. That has always been the issue. It's not because Bola is not tall enough like me, or he's not short, or he's not shy. It's not. That's not the issue. It's the economy. It's hurting me. It's hurting everybody I come across.
And you can't give them a chance, because you see what this government says is that, look, if some of the decisions that we're going to make, a lot of the people in government or in leadership have failed to take some of these hard and tough decisions. Tax reforms, loans to students, ensuring that you're breaking all of those racketeering and round-tripping, the party. So a whole lot of the point. Just a moment, and those who say the government which you served in literally or largely contributed to the destruction of the Nigerian economy, which this government says they want to fix.
Fix by further destroying it. As I've just told you, by the time they took over, we were self-sufficient in food. We had reached a level of food security. We're exporting rice. We're net exporters of rice because of the programs, agri programs of the other government. We're producing almost all the food we're eating. So now, if the policies that this government have put in place are good policies and might yield the result in 2030's time, by which time the child has starved to death, of what use is it going to that child?
If you were in President Bola Tinubu's shoes, for example, you've criticized the economic policies of this government, and you said the CBN governor has a patch CV, which is unfair to say. Right. Because of his profile and reputation.
What was his profile? He was the manager of one branch of bank that was Lagos, Warri, Port Harcourt. Obviously, he was chasing oil money, and in any case, the bank did not collapse.
So you don't believe, you don't think that he deserved the job?
No, and he's not doing the job.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, there are
Did
those
you
who
see
say
the last appointment he made? And a qualified person will not do those. I understand whether 15 people that he appointed directors, only 3 are from the north, the 19 northern states plus Abuja. Only 3. The rest, the southwest picked them. 1 or 2 other people from other regions. No, somebody who is competent will do that. Because somebody who is competent will go after people that are competent. And competent people are across all over Nigeria. It's not only Yoruba land that have competent people.
Do you agree that subsidy should be removed?
Subsidy was removed before, and we saw the result of the subsidy. When it was Abacha that removed subsidy, we saw the handwork of PTF, which till today you still see some of them. There are roads, there are hospitals, there are all the things they did. When Goodluck Jonathan, I think, removed the subsidy, there was sure P. in which the gains from the subsidy will be channeled towards infrastructure development and other things that people will see with their own eyes. These ones, they remove subsidy and we don't see. We don't see.
Well, I mean, we should be asking the state governors, shouldn't we? Because most of the bulk of the money is going to the states.
I agree with you to that extent. But what of the federal government that has the bulk of the resources?
But how would you handle it differently? I mean, what would you do differently if you were in President Bola Tinubu's shoes?
The issue is...
And subsidy had to go. It was a tough decision, either politically or economically.
You know, subsidy, in my own time, in my own personal opinion, I used to look for where is this subsidy coming from? If at that time, Nigeria was giving you crude oil, go and refine it and bring us, reduce their cost for the crude oil and return refined products to us. I don't know where the subsidy was going to come into now. Because we want 10 barrels of refined crude from you. We are going to give you 15 barrels of crude, refine it and give us 10. You've paid through crude. They call it something swap.
Yeah.
So where was the subsidy? Why are you subsidizing? Nothing. You paid for it upfront.
There are middlemen who are, I mean, what government is simply subsidizing is what the cost of production.
They were giving money to criminals. It's as simple as that.
But it wasn't Bola Tinubu that was doing that.
No.
On the first day he got into office, he said that must stop. Don't you think that should be?
But I heard they're still paying subsidy.
They're still doing that?
Yeah.
Under this government?
Yes.
But, I mean, are you able to give this government a second chance? Because let's a benefit of the doubt. If they say...
I will not be alive. We say, oh, a second chance. By the time the chance is over, I'll be dead with starvation.
You have a farm. Why will you be dead?
Let me tell you, I keep on telling you, people don't listen. These city people don't listen. Last year, when they came in, fertilizer was 45. During Buhari's time, fertilizer was 55. NPK was 55 during Buhari's time. Bola came in with this Nobel laureate type of economic policies, and it rose to 45. Fertilizer. You can't farm maize without fertilizer. Maize, you can't farm it. Now, so we now produce maize that year, and maize price for the farmer was 110,000 naira per bag for the farmer. So he could sell a bag of maize and buy 3 bags of fertilizer. Now it has reversed. Now maize, last week in my market in my village, maize was 42,000. Fertilizer is 70,000. It has reversed. So farmers cannot produce fertilizer. If you go to the rural areas, the farming communities, you dare not mention Bola Tinubu.
Really?
Yes. Forget about he subsidized food items for the city boys. Okay, they deserve something, but they are not Nigerians. They are not the only Nigerians. Go to the rural areas where farming.
I mean, but you see that this president said he wants to work hard. You could see his wife moving on. Even his son follows him around. There's a lot of effort. There's a lot of people around him trying to.
He brought people who, some of them had already jackpot to it. They were living in Europe. He brings them back. And some of them were in Lagos boys. Ajegule brought us and brings them into government. Their only interest is how to make money for themselves and repatriate it to their families in Florida, in Canada, and so on and so forth. This government has no politician. Who is the politician in this government? They are the so-called technocrats that work with him in Lagos and Ogun, and he brings them into government. They don't care about whether this government performs or not. They care about what they will make.
Your allegation of corruption in this government, what basis are you alleging that they're stealing money? Because what you just said now, as you can validly substantiate it.
Can I ask you something? They borrow money from abroad. They said they are going to do roads. They take loans. Have you seen any road? Where has the money gone to? They make budgets. You go to the ministry, no project is going on. What has happened to the money budgeted for it?
Is it a complaint that there are no capital releases?
Yes. So where is the capital going to?
What happened in 2023?
We just spoke about it earlier on. So we know what they did. They used Nigerians to do it. Those Nigerians today are one of those that are regretting, that are suffering like us. if they want to repeat it, and so they want their...
So you imagine that they rigged the election in 2023. That's what you're saying?
Massive rigging. Massive, not just rigging.
And those who did it for them are now revealed to you.
They are part of this society. Who is happy about this society except people in government?
Mr. Babashir Lawal, thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
If Bola Tinubu wins again in 2027, what would you say?
It will not kill me.